Hi, Robbie here. It's another Thursday morning, and I'm sitting out here in the garden, remembering that 2 months ago, a lot of people were saying, May the 4th be with you. That was 2 months ago. That was May the 4th. Today is July the 4th, and it's American holiday celebrating our independence from being ruled by a monarch. We're in the midst of a little political turmoil these days, and I'm thinking about what I really appreciate about the 4th of July and our Independence Day. What do I really appreciate about the way the United States is set up and continuing to fight our way toward a more perfect union. This I really I really appreciate that there's a continuing conversation among all the contending forces that want to make recommendations about what this way this country ought to run, who ought to be in charge, what ideas ought to prevail. I'm reminded of my old college motto of freedom with responsibility. I'm so happy that the citizens are free to decide the course of our country, whether it's this way or that way. The citizens decide, and the way the citizens decide is to elect representatives to engage in a conversation reflecting their points of view about what our policies ought to be, to pursue the directions that we ought to move in, and to avoid directions that harm people or that do a disservice to some people. That is that conversation is the thing that I really appreciate about this country. So whether the current political turmoil turns right or left or whichever way it goes, I'm glad that we're all having this conversation. And I'm glad that people are participating, whether or not they realize it, whether or not they realize the stakes of the conversation. We're all citizens helping to determine the way things are going to go around here. And that's what I'm celebrating on Independence Day. So that's what I'm thinking about today. I'll talk with you again next Thursday.